Hey guys, Alex from 7th Hour Films back again with Black Clover. Last time around we had the uncrowned undefeated lioness, where basically after the award ceremony, Mereoleona, I believe that is actually how you pronounce it. I had to check back those episodes like multiple times in the edit, but I'm pretty sure they say Mereoleona. She took... How many people did she take? She took the Crimson Lions, Asta, Yuno, Noelle, Yami, Charlotte, and Sol, all of them, to a volcano to train. And it was an interesting thing. We get to see some of her mindset, some of her thinking in work, and it was pretty interesting seeing, the captains inspire the Crimson Lions. Yuno inspires the Crimson Lions, and then even two people who shouldn't be able to get up this mountain, like Noelle and Asta, they're still going. We got a flashback also with Noelle's mother, and how, she was just a brave, powerful woman back in her day who was happy enough to sire a child, I guess. I don't know how else to put it, but yeah, she had the respect. She had the respect of Mereoleona. So it always seems like I'm putting in one too many syllables when I say that, Mereoleona, but I think that's how you say it. I feel like it should be like Mereoleona or something. I don't know, but that's whatever. So yeah, so they're all climbing the mountain now. Been on top of the mountain. So yeah, that's pretty much that. Like always, the reaction is down in the description and in the pinned comment for your viewing pleasure, so let's go ahead and jump right into this episode of Black Clover. Here we go. I can't believe we saw her shoulders. What's this world coming to, man? I mean, Sister Lily definitely has the Fern effect going on of like, man, she is like covered, neck down to toe, like completely covered, but it's just like, it makes it all the more alluring. Oh no, my throat is already damaged. My throat already hurts, and it's the first video of the day. I got a lot of work to do today. By the end of The Sopranos this week, I'm going to be talking like this, so let's talk about Tony Soprano, eh? You know what? I'm going to give a little credit that what was clearly a fan servicey episode, not too bad, honestly. Like, oh yeah, you get to see Charlotte and Noelle, and Mereoleona. You get to see them all nude, and it's just like, you don't get to see much. You don't get to. I think you get to see more of Sol when she's just wearing clothes than this. It's like that steam covered up fucking everything. I saw more of the dudes than anything else. Which, I mean, I almost feel like this show does that more. They do dude fan service more than female fan service. They do a little bit every so often. You get a petite Clover that just shows, Mimosa in a bikini, but that's about it. So, well, yeah. But before that, good stuff. Asta being able to awaken that power by himself, which is pretty good and very clever. Because it's like, it's the dark power emitting from the sword and traveling through his body, and I like that he, creates basically this circle, this feedback loop to keep that power going, basically. And it worked. He can't control it yet, but it worked. It was something, so. It was something, and he was able to ascend the mountain. So yeah, so that was good. I like that. I also like that it locks on to, like, what seems to be the highest magic source. Now, does that mean that Mereoleona has more raw magical power than Yami and Charlotte? Or was it that she was just friggin', she had like the Super Saiyan aura, basically. Like, she was friggin' outputting like crazy, It might have been more of that. I don't know. Honestly, I don't think it matters. This show, in 72 episodes, I really have not felt the need to power scale anything in this show. So, yeah, it's not really a trouble. It's just like, you know what? It's all the Magic Knight captains and all the villains and stuff, and then you have the other characters that are kind of getting on their level. It's like, the only power scaling is, here's where everyone in this show is at. And here's Julius. That's it. That's the only power scaling I feel like is necessary for Black Clover, is, are they below, is this character below Julius? The answer, yes. So, oh boy. But then we also had the talk with Noelle about her mother. I like that it was they said her name. It was Aesir, I believe. Aesir was the one who introduced Mereoleona to the hot spring. Like, that was funny. So, but yeah, it's just it's a nice place, and it's funny that it's just like, she was great. She was incredible. She had magic power up the wazoo and control over it. I mean, and just seeing her, which her magic seemed to be more similar to Nozel, that sort of Mercury magic, whereas Noelle is strictly water, which is interesting. But just her, she had like covered in her she's running around covered in liquids and stuff. So, I mean, hey, with this episode, yeah, but I like that it's just like, she was so great and so amazing. By comparison, you suck. It's just like, thanks for that. But I like that then, of just the, that's why you need to surpass her, surpass her in your own way. It's just, yes. I mean, dude, the Vermilions they're literally the family that Noelle never had, because I mean, she says that literally. It's just like, nobody has ever told her anything about her mother directly, nobody has ever talked to her about her mother, because her family just blames her for Aesir's death, and it's just like, guys, that's not how that works. You can't hold the grudge on a kid, Some fucking Tyrion Lannister shit. But yeah, so it's just, but yeah, it's just like the Vermilions. I mean, between Mereoleona and Fuegoleon, it's like the two of them have honestly helped Noelle, I mean, on top of the fact that obviously, we had Kahano being such a big help too, but yeah, it's like the Vermilions, they're great. I want to believe, like, probably in her childhood, like, Noelle probably hung out with Mimosa a lot, because they are technically, distant relatives, so they are distant cousins. So I would imagine it's just like nobody in her family wanted to talk to her, and it's just like, Mimosa, she's just the nicest girl on earth. So it's just like, there you go. That's probably what Noelle's childhood ended up like. So that was good. I like that. We have both Asta and Noelle. They need to surpass their limits. That's always such a great thing in anime. Surpass your limits, It's always great in these freaking shonen battle animes. So, but then, speaking of surpassing limits and getting stronger and stuff, freaking Yami became problematic. I'm not entirely convinced though, because there's a part of me that's like, oh, he's very serious about, like, oh, we need to be, it is our duty as men to peep on girls while they're, naked in a hot spring. On the other hand, there is a part of me that's like, I think he's trolling a little bit. He might kind of be trolling. It's like he's letting them all go first, basically. And it's like, if he can, he will, but he's going to let them go first because it's going to be funny when they get the crap kicked out of them, So it's like, I think it's a little column A, little column B. So there's a Venn diagram of how of why Yami wants to peep on girls. It's a manly thing, though. It's not. Don't do it. I'm just gonna turn into Waltz at the end of Breaking Bad. It's just, Hank, no! Don't peep on the girls, Hank! Hank! That's an entirely different ending to Breaking Bad, but still. Good grief. I don't like, too, because it's just like, they say to Yuno, it's like, oh, quit being so cool, and don't you want to do this? And he's like, I really don't. It's just like, no, you don't understand. Yuno respects women. He's drinking that respect women juice, See, that's the thing. Yami doesn't even respect people, so it's not even like he's specifically sexist or anything. It's like, no. He doesn't respect most people, so... You know what? The only person that Yami respects is Julius and nobody else, really. He tolerates most other people, including his own fucking team, so... Oh, good grief. But yeah, is it manly to peep on girls when they're naked? No, it's not. It's not. And honestly, yeah, because it's like with Yuno, it's like, oh, you want to do this? And he's like, no, I don't. And it's just like, we have not seen Yuno being interested in literally any girl. I mean, it's either he's asexual or he's gay. Because that's a possibility. But at the same time, there's not even a moment here. Because, like, you could say, it's like, oh, well, maybe, if he's also, like, got a thing with Asta, maybe there's something there. But it's just like, but not even really? Like, I'm sure the shippers are out there. The shippers are always out there. Good lord. There's two things you can find on the high seas. You can find shippers and you can find pirates. So, that's the thing. If you go to the high seas of the anime community, you'll find shippers and you'll find pirates. And I guess One Piece fans. But that's beside the point. Anyway. But yeah, it's just like, I don't know. I don't really think... Because if they wanted to lean into that, he would have been awkward there. But it's just like, no, he's not. I genuinely, I might just think he's asexual. And that's fine. Not that there's anything wrong with that. Let me turn to Seinfeld for a second. Not that there's anything wrong with that. In fact, that's completely fine. So, I don't know, man. I don't know, but it's just don't peep on girls. It's just it's terrible. It's terrible. And it's just like, look, they are all beautiful, but you shouldn't be doing this. And they are. They are all beautiful. And they're all beautiful and in different ways too. They're all like different. They are definitely a variety between, sort of the Valkyrie's friend, the angelic Noelle, and the fucking, like, honestly, if Charlotte is a Valkyrie, Mario Leona is a fucking Viking. She's got that fucking strong Viking energy about her. And it's just like, and look, that's all great. And there were a couple other Crimson Lion girls in there. Like, they just don't focus on them. Not really named characters, but there were some Crimson Lion girls in there. But no. But it's still not right to peep on them, It still ain't right to peep on them. But I love, too, that they all just kind of, like, they go, when Asta says... Just like, I only have eyes for Sister Lily, so I won't go peeping on anybody else. Just all of them just... It's just like, that was a splash of cold water on all of them. They're just like, we're gonna stop now. So, oh, good friggin' grief. But yeah, that was our hot spring episode. We've had a beach episode, we've had a hot spring episode. What other fan service episodes can we get out of this show, Again, though, I feel like I feel like I saw more in the beach episode. Like I will give credit to the steam that they drew in this episode. Like, you can't see hardly anything. It is like crazy how much is actually covered up in this episode. Whereas just like, yeah, seeing Noelle in a bikini, it's like I feel like I saw more from that. Like, gee, I see more from like. A normal episode with Vanessa than I did in this episode. And that's okay. That's okay. We don't need a super fan servicey episode, so... See, if you get too fan servicey, you just kind of run the risk of being... the H word. I guess that doesn't help in anime. There's a lot of H words in anime, but you know what I mean. Hentai, that's what I mean. Jeez, alright. Anywho... So it's great. So I hope you guys enjoyed this episode. Probably not many of you can watch it if you're in other countries because of the age verification. They're going to take one look at this episode and be like, nope, the people of the UK cannot look at this unless they submit an ID. So it's garbage, but anywho, that's it. I've run out of points to make. With all of that being said, I'm Alex from 7th Hour Films, and I will see you guys next time. Take care. Alright guys, thanks for watching this video. There's a bunch of links on screen if you want to go click around any of those. There's a playlist with all of my Black Clover reactions, as well as another playlist, another video you can go click on if you want. There's also a subscribe button and a Patreon button on screen, as well as other links in the description if you want to go check out any of those. See you guys later.